Pound for pound, in combat sports, it's a way of debating which fighter would be best if everyone was the same weight. The concept translates perfectly into Formula One. So we polled 8 Formula One journalists and asked them a simple question. Rank the drivers in order if each was equipped with the same car. Let's begin with the bottom 5. Perhaps the biggest surprise in the bottom 5 is at number 16. Red Bull's second seat has been a struggle no matter who's been in it. Whether it's Yuki Tsunoda at 16 or the driver he replaced after just 2 races in Liam Lawson, who sits at 19. Pierre Gasly narrowly missed out on the top 10, while a pair of rookies, Isaac Hadjar and Oliver Behrman, finished tied. One ballot had Hadjar as high as 11th, serving as the tiebreaker at 14.
For the first time in his Formula One career in any format, Kimi Antonelli has taken pole position.
18-year-old rookie Kimi Antonelli took hold of 10th place, finishing behind a pair of Williams drivers in Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz. Fernando Alonso's 2 drivers' titles outweighed his difficult season with our voters, ranking him in 7th spot. Here's where it gets interesting. Another tie, this time between George Russell and Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton had multiple third-place votes, giving him the tiebreaker over his former teammates and a spot in the top 5.
The car really felt great. The team did a fantastic job with the strategy. They were faultless. And I think we're slowly getting there.
Lando Norris received multiple third-place votes, but he also had multiple 7th-place votes. Our panel's wide-ranging ballots ultimately ended with Norris finishing in 4th.
It's Piastri who wins the Spanish Grand Prix.
Oscar Piastri may be the championship leader, but he did not top our list. 4 voters had Piastri as the second best driver, yet the 24-year-old Australian still sits 3rd on our list. And that's because our panel was consistent across the board on Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. While Leclerc received 1 less second-place vote than Piastri, he was the only driver not named Max Verstappen to finish inside the top 5 on every ballot we received. Which leads us to number 1.
And Max Verstappen will return to the top step of the podium. 4 victories in a row at Imola.
Driving in a lesser car seems to have only raised our appreciation for Max Verstappen. He was the unanimous choice, with all 8 voters putting the 4-time reigning champion at number 1.
Well, we're 9 races into a championship that has actually brought us the first 3-way fight for a World Drivers' Championship. Probably more than a decade at this point, we might say. But no better time to look at this pound-for-pound list. And let's start at the top, but not the very top. That's 2nd position. Obviously, Max, unanimous here from our 8 journalists and 7 outlets who have picked this list and formed this list. Do you agree, though, with that 2nd pick there in Charles Leclerc, with this being on form?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's obviously we're splitting hairs when we're talking about all these drivers because they're all incredible talents, but I still think that Oscar Piastri, in my opinion, should probably be in that 2nd spot and then have Charles Leclerc in 3rd, only because of the form that Oscar has shown this season. And he's only in his 3rd season, so he's only going to get better from here on out, where Charles has been in F1 for a longer period of time. But however, I mean, I still think that it is impressive the step that Leclerc has taken this season, especially in the races, I feel. But yeah, it's hard to deny Oscar being 2nd on that list.
So again, this is on form as we discuss our 2nd name here on the list, Lewis Hamilton. Now, he got a pick as high as 2nd on this list, but he also had a pick as low as 7th on this list. Also puts him above George on this list, which there's so many different things we can kind of unpack here. But firstly, where would you have him? Closer to that 7th or the 2nd?
I probably would have had him closer to that 7th. I feel that Russell is in a bit better form than Lewis is at this moment. But that's not to say that Lewis wouldn't be able to propel himself up the ladder if he starts getting that confidence back again and feeling confident within the car. But
I mean, it is hard to deny. George has had an incredible start to this season. So, me personally, I probably would have put George ahead of Lewis.
One of the best parts of lists is we are going to absolutely disagree with them, including us here. You know, when you see this kind of go, and listen, we agree with many of these, but there's a few that maybe would want to switch. So I'm going to give you that power right now. If you could move one person
in the
up,
world.
all of it. Use it now wisely, Tim. If you could use or move someone up the list and down the list. First, who would you pick to move up the list?
I would say definitely Isaac Hajar. I think he's been incredible this season, and I think Monaco was one of those standout races because that's such a track that it's a driver's track, and the driver can make the difference in what the car can actually give you. And that race there for me made him stand out above all the other rookies on the grid. It's one of the most impressive performances I've seen from a rookie in quite some time. And honestly, I think Kimi Antonelli should be moved down to maybe 11th, and I would put Isaac Hajar in 10th. But again, like, you know, we're really splitting hairs here, right? When we talk about not only the rookies, but moving a driver out of the top 10, because, I mean, there could be an argument made that both of them could be in top 10, but it's definitely an interesting conversation. Like, I'd even like to know who you would move out of this list and put in.
Oh, these are very tough decisions here.
Exactly.
But I mean, you know, I think Alex Albon, and it's tough to say that with Williams in the last couple of races, maybe not being there on form, but I don't know. I think he's proven himself to be a bit ahead of Carlos, at least in the machinery that they currently have in his familiarity, perhaps.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, that seems fair?
Yeah.
Okay, nothing too drastic, but I'm also in agreement there. Kimi Antonelli is going to be a bright star, but Hajar, it's been the year of the rookies so far, and he's probably been the one who's shown the brightest. But it's the 20 best drivers in the world, and we're going to see them at round 10 in Canada.